Hey, what's up guys? So welcome back to the Angular e-commerce store. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you that how we can build the e-commerce store all from the scratch using Angular. So you see here, we have a list of all the product, which is basically coming from the fake store API, which is a very nice documentation. You can read through it, and that's the endpoint that we can use to show all the products. So we can see if I'm going to click here, and you see here, we have the list of 20 products here. So we're going to like populate all of them right in our Angular application. So you see here, if I just want to add the product to the cart and product another to add product to the cart, and you see here the counter also updated on runtime, and as much as we want to add the product and the very nice looking snack bar as well with the close button. All right. And if I just want to add the same product twice, you see here the current quantity updated to 2, right? So that's also the great feature. All right, so next we have, if I just want to move into the card, you see here that we have the product image, price, and the quantity, and all the information here. So if I'm going to delete one of the product, you see here the total updated here as well. So that's what you're going to do here as well. So if I just want to delete another product, you see here the total also updated. And if I delete all of the product, now the card empty, and we can also redirect back to the product section, right? So that's what you're going to build in this video all from the scratch. So I hope you guys love it. So let's jump in and get started. Here, that is the new version of the Angular that we're going to use in this video, which is the version 17. So let's go and click on the triangular. So here you see here, these are all the steps that I already done. I already installed the new project, but all you need to do is to go down here and you can install a new project with first you need to install the npm version just to see that which version of the node you have. Make sure you have node.js installed on your system. And next step you can create a new Angular project by npm init Angular and the name of the project that you want to install. So that's gonna then cd into the my app and just simply do npm start to run the command to build your new app. So here you can see in this new version of the Angular, there are a few changes that they have done in Angular 17, which includes the better flow of control and some better component system and other things. So you can see in the video. So let's just get started here. So I'm going to run the project with the ng serve. So this is going to run the server for the Angular project. So let me go up here and run this. So this is going to run on the localhost port number 4200. And let me go back here and press enter, and you see here that's the boilerplate application here, right? So let's go back here, and this is the basic structure for the Angular. As you could see here inside the source, that's where everything inside the app folder, which includes the routing modules and all the components, the basic component that you can see here, right? Whatever you see here, you can all see right up here inside the basic template that you can see after running the project. All right, so if I'm going to remove everything from here and saves it, you see here everything disappeared, right? So the thing is that this is the entry point, which is the app.component.html file, which also include the testing, which is the specs.ts. So we don't need to mess up with that, so just leave it. And next we have our app.component.ts file, where you can see here that's the title that we passed, and you can see here right inside the app.component.html, if I'm just gonna string interpolate that and just pass here title and saves it. So you see here that we get the e-commerce app. That's just because of the because we are actually passing that title, and we can easily display that with the help of string interpolation, right? So that's the first thing for the HTML part, and the TypeScript part is very important. So these are the basically these are the 3 to 4 files which are whenever you're just going to create a new component, it should be right inside the HTML, the testing file, the component.ts file. And so here we have our very important file, which is the app.module.ts file. So whatever we have here is like we have all the declaration should be right here, like just app component that we have already. So this all goes into the declarations, and then we have our modules, which all goes here right inside the browser module, app routing module, and this and that. And next we have our providers. For example, just like dependencies, when whose providers are listed here become available for injection into any component. So that's where we need the need for the provider. So Bootstrap for bootstrapping the Angular application, and this is the ng module, which is a lifecycle hook, right, for the Angular. All right, so here we have some asserts which we don't need to for like if we have some images or something that we can easily pass here, and index.html file is the file. So basically everything that you can see with the help of app-root, which is a DOM, document object model. So we can actually pass it here to see that basically it's a single page application. So whatever you like, if I just remove it here from here, you see you could able to see still it's working. Let me refresh this and run the server again. And now if I just run the server, and you see here that nothing shown up here, right? So let's go back and saves it, and I need to run the server again. All right, so here you see now we are just getting everything from here. Yeah. All right, so let's go here. The first thing that I'm gonna do here is let's first work with the app.component.html file, because we need to like create the very basic the front end first, and then we're gonna work with the services and the components. So let's create here the very basic header and the very basic products listing for displaying all the products. So I'm also going to use here some fake respond API, which is the you can say product fake API. All right, so this is the fake store API that we are going to use in this project. So you can go down here and you see here, this is the URL for getting all the products. So if you want to show all the products, all you need to do is to just press enter, and you see all the data is showing up here. So basically this is the endpoint, and if I just want an individual products, for instance, I can easily press /1, and because we need to show all the products. So this is all in the JSON form, which is the key value pair, right? So what I'm going to do here is, so I'm going to use here something which is Bootstrap. So and I'm going to pick some of the CDNs. Let's first pick up the CSS CDN first, and then we're going to pick up the script as well. So let's copy that up, and all I need to do is to go to the index.html file, and let's put that right after the link. So that's the CSS part, and I'm gonna also grab the script part. So put that right after the tags for the app-root, right? So we have our Bootstrap in. Now if I like show you real quick here, now if I just want to show you the title after like adding it, so I need to go here right inside the app.component.html. if I like have some container and h1 and give it some text here, we just want to see that everything works well. So you see here is we have some by default some padding which Bootstrap has, so with the help of container. So now we are perfectly linked with the Bootstrap, right? So just remove this up, and I also need to go to the Bootstrap and go into the examples, and let's grab the nav bar from here. So all I'm going to do here is go to the sticky footer nav bar, and I just need that just view page source, and just grab the nav section. So put those header. So I'm going to grab this header and paste it right inside the actually I need to create some component first, so let's create the component here. So ng for Angular, G for generate, and we need to create a component. So C for component, and create a folder with the name of components/header. So this is gonna be our very first component. So let's create another one, which should be a products. All right, so we created here a product component as well. So you see here right inside the components folder, we have the header, and we also have the product component as well here. So let's first gonna work with the header. So all I'm gonna do here is just copy this up and paste here the header, and let's go down here and remove some of the things that I don't need here for the header. So the first thing that I don't need here in this component, which should be, let's change that to whatever you name it, like AB shop. And let's go down here, and we don't need the search here. So also I'm going to remove this form from here and just remove this link as well. All right, so this should be navbar dash expand, and I also don't need to have here the fixed dash top. Just remove it from here and make the background to be dark if it's fine for you. All right, so what we else need here? So I also need to give here the little bit the text color to be red, so give it the bootstrap class, it should be small. All right, so text dash danger. All right, so what else we need here is we need to have here a link of products, which we gonna use here the routes, and I think that's it. We only have one link so far, so just remove this up. And I also want to show here a very nice looking icon for the cart. So all I'm going to go here is, let's go here cdn.js.com and try to grab the link for the icon. So I'm going to use, let's get it from the font awesome library. So font awesome icon picker, and just only copy the script tag, and let's go here inside the index.html and put it right after that. All right, so that's the first part here, and I probably think that this should be a script here, right? So maybe I need here the font awesome. Yeah, this is also here the iconic SVG font. So also grab this here, and let me confirm. Yeah, I think you need this one, right? Just paste it here and put the script tag, even remove it for main val. You only need probably, I think you only need this the iconic SVG font and the CSS toolkit. All right, so let's go here inside the header.component.html, and what I'm gonna do here is right after the UL tag, so I'm going to copy this all the same, and right after here paste this one, and actually we need to display here the icon. So what I'm going to do here is, let me remove this anchor tag, or cut this one, and let's put here i.fa-shopping-cart. All right, so I add this one here, and right inside this I want to add here my span tag, and give it the class of badge dash danger. All right, so it should be badge dash danger. I think it should be, sorry, it should be bg dash danger, and let's inside the span tags here. I think that's it for now. Just make the counter to be 2 for now. All right, saves it, and if I just go here, you see here, right, nothing's shown up here right now. Just the reason why, because we are gonna add the header. What we also need to define that we are gonna place the header where we're gonna show it up. So let me go here right inside the app.component.html, and you knew it very well that this is the root component for the HTML. So if I want to show up here, all I'm gonna do here is, let's put it here app-header, and if I go back here, and you see here that we like able to see some kind of but we haven't seen any icon here. So first I want to go here inside the header.component.html and do some few changes here. So here I don't need this, the margin and this, so just simply remove this one from here. Oops, this should be just simply remove it here. That's the first part, and you see now it just go towards the right. And I also don't need this disable link. All right, saves it. And we haven't seen the oops, it should be FA it should be FA-shopping-cart. Go here and try to add a link here, and just need to put this I inside the anchor tag. All right, so this should be put it href hash, and let's give it a class of nav-link. It should be inside the class. All right, so you see here now we can see the icon here as well. So, but just few of the things that I need to fix it up real quick. So yeah, nav-link, make it active. All right, so and actually I need this span tag to be right after the I tag right here, so that everything looks well. All right, so now we have our very presentable HTML here. Right, so let me a little bit format that one. So we have our I tag, and now if I go back here and you see here, now we have our header here, and we have a very nice looking header here, right? So let's go back here and let's go and work with the products.component.html. Here I also want a very basic product listing here. So let's gonna create here a container, and inside the container I want to create here a row with the row dash columns and make it medium, and some gap as well, so G-4. And right inside the div, I'm also gonna do here is, let's create here a column of card, and inside the card let's create here an image, and later on we're gonna add up here the image as well. So right after the image I'm gonna create here a card dash body, and inside card dash body I should have here a class for card dash title, and let's bring up here some, let's suppose product 1 for now, and go right underneath that, and right here the card dash text, and that should be some like pricing something. So all I'm gonna do here is let's give it here a strong tag, and inside strong tag I'm gonna give it the price, and right here you can give it anything like probably should be 12 for now. And right after that, after the card dash text, we also have to show the category. So I'm going to show the same class here and give it the let's suppose electronics. So right after that, we are going to show here the description as well. So card dash text, so this should be a description. So I'm going to give some class of description. So later on we're going to change it that to something. So let's give it here a lorem. Maybe I just want to do one more thing here. That shouldn't be a div, this should be a P. I want to make it a paragraph here, right? So it should be a P1, and there we go. So here right inside the description it should be let's write here lorem 12 for now, and right after the closing of the P tag we also need to have a button of class of bdn dash primary, and make it the add to cart. All right, saves it, and if I go back here, and it doesn't show up anything here. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do here is let me go here and show all the what I'm gonna show up here is the image. So image, random image, just click on here and maybe you can pick something here. Random image, there is a random image API, yeah. So all you need to do here is go and grab this one. So let me grab the HTTP URL here and copy that one and simply add up here. All right, so let me go back to to the project, and you see here, you see nothing here. The reason why, because one more thing we need to do here is, let's go to the app.component.html. So there is a thing that whenever we want to create, now we already have created a route here. So if I just want to go here, router-outlets, and press saves it. And if we want to navigate to some route, because we need to go to the products and want to see everything here inside the main app.component.html. So all I'm going to do here is, let me go to the route first, app.module.ts. So we have to first create here the routes. So you see here, right, inside the app routing modules. So this is the module which is already imported here. And that's the file where we all can like show our routes. So let's define here the route first. We have our two very basic routes. So first thing we are going to show us, like if we have no any routes, so make it blank and redirect to. So there is another property, redirect to, and I want to redirect back to the products. And we can, and also it's very important to have here path match if it matches, and let's have here full. So let me copy this one and paste it right down here and give the other URL as products, and make the one more change here. So we don't need now these two properties. So basically this is the redirection, and if we didn't define that, so it won't redirect back to the main app.component.html. So let's define here the component, and the name of the component in our case is the product component. All right, that's it. That's all we need. Now you see here, now you're able to see a very big image. So we need to apply some CSS in order to fix that one. So for this, you already have here the class inside the product.component.html, already have the description, and we also need to define here for the image as well. So let me give here the class for the image. So let's give it here a class. I want to make it a little bit better. So img-fixed-size. All right, so let's go here in the CSS and write some CSS. So for the description, all I'm going to do here is, so give it the display and WebKit-box. And I want to make it later on, if we have like WebKit-line-clamp, that should be 3. I just want that the description shouldn't be long more than 3, so this should like bring some dots at the end. And then we have our WebKit-box-content property. It should be WebKit-box. There's another property, I believe, should be orient, I believe, yeah. And let's give it here the vertical. So I want to display it vertically, and we also want that if the text is overflowed, make it hidden. And we also have here is the text overflow, make it ellipsis. All right, that's for the description. And for the image, img-fixed-size. Oops, it should be a very basic CSS. So let's write here the width to be 100%, height to be 200 pixels, and make the object fit to be cover. All right, saves it. And if I go back here, so still the image looks a little bit bigger. All right, so right here, I just forget to bring here -4. So let's bring up here 4, because this is the grid system in Bootstrap. Like each row could have like 12. So we can divide by 4. So we can basically have 3 cards here, right? So let me refresh this here, and you see here now the card looks much better, like in a good shape. All right, so another thing that I'm gonna do here is, you can see that as we need to add some space from the top. So I'm gonna add here, like after the container, let's write here empty -4, and there we are. So you see now the cards like go a little bit down. All right, So what I'm gonna do here is, let me go back here and close and run the server again. Maybe sometimes we have to run the server just because maybe some issue with the API or something. That's why the image is not showing now, but well, it's working, right? So let's go into the snack bar, Angular, and I'm gonna go to the snack bar because we need to have here a snack bar as well, just to show the messages. I'm also gonna install this this Angular material, very nice looking snack bar here. So all I'm gonna go here is let's go to the installation phase, and you see here like it includes the very basic properties. All you need to do is snackbar.ref after dismiss.subscribe, and the snackbar was dismissed and was triggered. These are all the actions. So if you want to open the snackbar and you want to have some buttons, which is undo button, you can also show that up, and there are other great properties that you could show. So this is a good example here. So let's gonna install that one, and I'm gonna go to the CDK or maybe guides and click on the get started here, and you have to install the package for the material, Angular material. So let's grab this one, ng add at the rate Angular, and I'm gonna paste right here. So meanwhile, so this is gonna install, and we are gonna use the other useful things which are required for this. All right, so it's searching for the compatible packages version, and it's loading some information from the registries. And here it says that will be installed. The package Angular material 17.1.1 will be installed and executed. Would you like to proceed? So press enter, yes. All right, so it's installing the package. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go and do a very important thing here, because we need to actually get the data from the API. So we already opened that link here, which is the fake. So I'm going to copy this one, which is the fakestoreapi.com/products. We have to display all the products here. So I'm going to go here, and first we need to create here a service, right? So for the service, I'm going to open up my new terminal, and I'm going to like create a service here. So let's create here a service, ng for Angular, g for generate, s for service. So I'm going to create here a folder with the name of services / and let's give it the name of card API, and that's it. And this will create the service for here, right? So here inside it's asking me the options for the preview that you want to add for your custom themes. So I'm gonna add the indigo pink. Let's just keep that one, and it says that set up the global Angular project typography styles. Yes, I want to press enter. Include and enable animations. Yes, I want. Press enter, and that's it. So it's going to install the packages for us, right? So package is installed successfully. Now all I'm going to go here right inside the app.module.ts file, and as you could see here, this will add the browser animation module for us for the Angular. All right, so this was the second phase. I just want to have the installation done first. So we already created here a service. So inside the services folder, so this is what we have here in the service once you just create a very new service here. All right, so inside the service, we want to basically we want to display the result, display it all the products dynamically, and we actually don't want to add a product like just the random image API. We want to extract all the images which are like in the and display in the products which are in the RESTful API endpoint. All right, so I'm just want to inspect this one, and once we are gonna work with the we have to check if the data is coming in the Angular or not. So first we have to go inside the service, and before even the service we have to go and let's create here a model inside the app folder. So I'm going to create here a folder with the name of models, and because we are working with the model and we have a TypeScript as well, so let's create here a product.ts file, right? And let's create here the interface, export interface product, and we have our ID, and let's make it a number, and then we have our title, with the type of string, and we have our price of type number, and the image of type string, category of type string, description of type string, and give it the quantity of number. All right, so this is the very basic types that we have here for the product. All right, so this has been done, and this is a very basic model. So let's go back to the service again, and right inside the service, all I'm going to do is to define the endpoint, which we have just find out. So let's go here and write our very first method for fetch the product. So I'm going to create here a method with the name of fetch products, which should be an observable, right? So you know it should be a stream of data. So I'm going to define here the observable, and let me return that up. So return this dot HTTP. We have to define that as well. So before we should define here, so I'm going to go inside the constructor, and let's define here first HTTP, which is a HTTP, which is coming from the HTTP client. And you see now it's automatically imported. Soon I just press enter, and which has been coming from the Angular common HTTP. So this .http.get, it should be a get request, and right here we are like getting the data from the model. So let's define here a product and give here the URL that we just grab it from the endpoint. So this is all you need to do. So because it's the observable, so we need to bring it the model as well. So it says that requires one type argument, and let's define here the product, which is the array of data. So there it is. So we are having our return the product and also define here as well. That's why it's showing the error, because it's a collection of products. It should be product. All right, saves it. That's all we need. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do here is let's go inside the products.component.html, and that's where I want to display my all results. So here inside the testing file product.component.ts, because we need to define that service, and when we are going to define the service, we have to bring that inside our component. So that's what I'm going to do here. Let's first create here a constructor and bring it here the service. Let's give it the name of card API and give it the name of card API service. All right, and then right inside it, we don't have to do anything yet. So we also have to do one more thing. We are actually getting the product list. So let's create here the name of product list of type product, and let's give it the so it should be so as much as the list we are getting, it should be added into the header. All right, so we have to define that inside the ng-on init lifecycle. So whenever we load it, it should automatically get all the data. So let's define here ng-on init, and this should be, we have to bring our service first inside the container, which we already did. So this dot card API dot fetch products, and we have to subscribe it. It should be dot subscribe, and we need to bring here the product, which should be and let's define it in the list. So this dot product list equal to products. So what actually we did is, like, whatever the data we are getting from the API, we subscribe it, and let's put that everything in the product list, right? And we need to pass that product list inside our HTML file. So how I'm going to do here is, so there is another directive known as ng-for. So all I'm going to go here, right inside here, right after the g-for, this is the div class of call. So I'm going to add here the ng-container directive, and let's cut this out and put it at the end. So right after this div, which should be ending here, and I'm gonna add here the closing ng dash container. And here I'm gonna define the ng for to display all the list of the products. So ng for equal to let item of product list. All right, so here now we have to dynamically display all the products. So I'm gonna like remove this static URL image and define here the item dot image. Same for the product. So it should be item dot title. So all I'm gonna do is just grab this one and just change all the things dynamically. It should be item dot price, and the description, or it should be the category, right? So let's bring here the item dot category. And also the description, the last thing here. So it should be item dot description. All right, so I saves it, and if I go back here and refresh this, so we are gonna get some error. It says that null injection error, and it's just because we have to define inside our app.module.ts file, we have to define the HTTP client module as well. So all I'm gonna do here is define here. Let me import the HTTP client module, which should be it should be inside the imports. So let's write here HTTP client module and press enter and saves it. Now if I go back and refresh, you see, yeah, it's showing the error because maybe I spelled something wrong inside the product.component.html. Yeah, it should be ng4, not mg4. So if you guys already fix it, showing up, that's perfect. So yeah, there we are. All right, so you see here we are all getting all the products that we fetch from the endpoint, which is a fake store REST API, and we get all the products and shown on our list, right? So that's the first part of the thing. So if I go here to the product, and as you see, the redirection is as well working. So you're almost on the right track, right? So the next thing that I'm gonna do here is once we click on add to cart, so it will add the product into our cart and show us the counter here. So that's what we are gonna build. All right, guys, so next step we have here is to add the product to the cart. So we have a nice looking button here. So let's work with that. So here you see we have add to cart button, and let's give here the click event here. So I'm gonna define here click equal to, and let's give it the name of the function, which should be add to cart, and let's pass here the item which is coming in. Basically this item will help us to bring us everything which is for that product. Whenever I click that, the product detail will be in this item. All right, so now it saying that the property add to cart does not exist on the component. So let's go here inside the product.component.ts file, and let's create here the method for the add to cart. All right, so let's define here, and all right, so this is the method that we need to call once we want to click on here. So all I'm going to do here is, so let's define here the product, and which includes all the product. I need all the properties for the and make it like of type, return it of type void. So what I'm going to do here next, so let's click here and console.log and print here product. And once I saves it, and let's inspect this, I want to show you, once I click on here, let's suppose if I click on this product, you see here we have the ID, the title, description, and everything. The category includes everything that whatever we need for that product. All right, so here we have to do is, once I click on the add to cart, it should like generate, it should add here the counter, the product, and show us the snack bar that we need to show that what kind of product that we added. So what I'm going to do here is, let's go here into the service, and we need to define that, and we want to push everything in the into the cart. So I'm going to go inside the cart.api.service service.ts file, and let's create here a method here inside that. So there are a few things that we need to know, that like if just in my case, that if we are adding the product and the same product is added again, so it should be it's only the quantity should be updated, not the cart. So this is what the functionality that I implemented. Again, it's all up to you, but that's the best way to do that. Like if you add to the product to the cart, same product twice, then it should have the quantity too, not the actual cart items length. All right, so let's create here a method, create a service with the name of, let's give it the method of add to cart. And so right inside the add to cart, I have to define here again product. All right, so right inside this, it should be product, actually. I spelled wrong. So here, what I'm gonna do is, so we need to see if that product, like if that product is updated, like had the updated quantity or not. So let's create here another variable. Let's define here the private of cart items, so product. So by default, it should be empty, and we have to see if that, like, if we have that similar product inside the cart items, so it means that it should only update the quantity. If that product is added for the first time, then only add the quantity and push that into the cart items, not update the quantity. So let's do that here. So I'm going to create here a variable with the name of existing item. So existing item equal to, so whatever we have in the cart items, and we need to find if that exists. Like let's define here item, and make that if that item ID should be equal to whatever the ID that we passed in. Like if that ID matches with whatever the ID of the actual product, so it should say me that that product is existing. So let's say define here the if condition. So if it's an existing item, then what we're gonna do here is we just need to update the quantity. So what I'm gonna do here is dot quantity and make that plus equal to 1, means that this should like add one to the quantity. All right, and this is what the quantity that we define here in the model. All right, so next thing what I'm gonna do here is like if it's the same product, then we have to just update the quantity. Else on the other case, what I'm gonna do here is we just need to push that. So this dot cart items dot push, and let's define here the product here. All right, just saves it, and that's it. That's what we all need. So that's the first part of it. And we also need to later on, we just gonna like show the notification service. So let's suppose if I just click on here, add to the cart, and you see like already we just see that the product is pushed or not. So in order to check this out, I'm gonna do here is let's console.log and pass here the product, saves it, and from here, from the let's remove this console from here to the component.ts file. All right, so just remove this, and if I just click on the add to cart and refresh this, and actually it doesn't work because we have to actually define that into the component as well, that service. So here right inside the product.component.ts, all I'm going to do here is this dot cart API, and we have the method add to cart, and let's bring up here the product and saves it. All right, so let's go back here, and if I just click on the add to cart, you see here the first product is added. Now if I just add the same product twice, it's not consoling me because it's actually updating the quantity here. So I also need to let's add here in the TS file as well, and just to see if that quantity is updated or not. So I'm gonna go here is inside the cart API.quantity.ts, and for the update quantity, so console.log, and just simply write here quantity updated, saves it. And if I go here, click on the add to cart, it's showing me the actual product, and if I click twice, it shows me that the quantity is updated. So it means it works well, right? So I'm going to remove this console.log from here for now. All right, so what I'm going to do here is let's define here the some notification service. So once I click on here, I want that some nice looking snack bar should be shown. So we already installed that package, and if you haven't installed, so remember that you need to add that and do whatever I have explained in the video as well. So let's do here and define here a notification service. So what I'm going to do here is I'm gonna create here a notification service here as well. So let's define here real quick. So ng for generate and as for services, so services folder slash and give it the name of the notification. All right, so notification. So press enter. So this is going to create the notification service for us, right? So a few of the things that we have to do here is, so first I have to define here the actually it should be a snack bar here, which is basically coming from the mat snack bar. So let's define here private snack bar and make that to mat snack bar. And we also need to import that, so it's coming from the import mat snack bar, and it should be imported right from the angular slash material slash snack dash bar. All right, saves it, and that's how we can define that snack bar inside the constructor. All right, so we have to define here two methods here. So first one is the show success. So if everything works well, so I'm going to create these two methods. So first one is the show success, and the other one I want to have here show error if something went wrong, right? So I create these two methods here. So let's define here both of the message of type string and make its return type of void. And so the way we define this .snackbar.open, so I want to define here the first we have to define here the message, and the second we have to define a button which should be closed if we want to close that snack bar. And so there are some properties that we can define. So first we have a duration, so I just want to give it a duration of 3 seconds and define here the horizontal position to be center and make its vertical position as well at the bottom, and make its panel class, let's give it the panel class of success dash snack bar. All right, so that's the way how we can define the this beautiful looking snack bar here. So I'm going to grab the same one. So the only difference that I need here is, so this .snackbar.open, and I also need to define here the message of type string and make its return type of void. All right, so the only difference here is the meanwhile I just give it the panel class of error dash snack bar, and this would have the success dash snack bar. All right, so these are the few changes that we need to do. So right inside here, now we have to define that service first. So let's go here inside the constructor and give it the name of notification service. So private notification service. So you see we create a service and we can use it anywhere, like in any component as well. So let's define that here, notification service, and that's it. So I'm going to go right down here and let's show up the message here. So this notification service show success, and right inside here I'm going to define the message. So $, and this should be product.title. So this is the title name. So if it's already added in the cart, so quantity, also show here the message if you want quantity updated, and show here the quantity as well. So $existing item dot quantity. No, it should be quantity. All right, so that's the first thing. And the second thing that I'll need here is for the other case, if that is pushed here, so I just need to define here, show the message in this dot notification service dot show success. So it should be show success, and let's also show here the very basic, put the backticks here and dollar product dot title and added in the cart, and that's it. That's all you need to do here, right? All right, so I defined this all things. So yeah, one thing is left here. We also need to do here, we need to also define the quantity to be 1 if the product is added once. Otherwise, it's going to show us the not a number, because the reason is that it will only update the quantity if that is added twice, and if it's pushed for the first time, so it's just have the quantity of 1, right? So make sure this, you have to define this as well before jumping into it. So we define here the notification service. So just to works well, we need to run the server again. So sometime it happened that we it's good to just refresh the server in order to test the material IO. So all I'm gonna do here is to refresh this, and if I add the product to the cart, and you see here, we can see the title and the close button. So if I add the button twice, you see the quantity updated to 2. So how much we want to add, and everything works well, right? So we are gonna done with this part. So in the next part, probably I'm gonna show you that once I click on here, so this is gonna like take us to another page, and we're gonna see all the listed product to the cart that we have added in the cart items. So we also need to work here in this video about the counter. So let's gonna jump into it. So let's define here the counter. So I'm gonna define here another method inside our service. So let's define here the get card item count, and that should be a number, and must have a return type of number, and I'm going to return here. So this dot card items dot length, very simple as that. So this is going to add all the whatever the length that we have here. So it's going to add all inside the card item, then shows the total number of the items that we have in the card items. All right, so that's the first part of it. So let's go here inside the header.component.ts file, and let's define here the constructor and pass here the service here. So constructor private, and make it card API, and give it the card API service. So that's our constructor, and let's define here the method of get card item count, which should have a return type of number, and very simple as that. So just define your return this dot card API dot get card item count, and let's pass here the and let's pass this method right inside the header.component.html file. So it's very simple as that. All I'm going to do here is just define a string interpolation and make it card item count, and that's it, and just saves it. So you see here now it saves, and if I go back here to the now it's showing us the 0 because it's dynamically accessing the counter here, right? So I'm going to close this console, and if I just try to add the product to the cart, and you see here the counter is updated to 1. Same case for the other one. So 2, 3, as much as you add the product, so it's gonna add the product to the cart as a counter. So what if I add the same product, and you see here that it's the quantity is updated, but it's not gonna add the product into the cart because it's the same product. All right, so I think that's it for this part 1, and I hope you guys love and learn a lot from this video. So in the next video, what we're gonna do here is, so once we're gonna add the product to the cart, so this is gonna also, like, we have to create another separate page and show all the products that we added, and that's what we're gonna do in the next video. So I hope you guys love, and I want to see you in the next part.